Hello, friends. Welcome to the fourth chapter of the lecture series. In this chapter, we will learn how to model, how to analyze, and how to design a 3D frame. So far, we have done a beam which was in a single plane. After that, we did a 2D frame which was in two planes. Now we are doing a 3D frame which is in the three planes. As I have told you in the previous chapters, please make a configuration as per your requirement. For that, you have to go to the configuration, left click on the configuration, and from here, please choose the unit you want. Also, you can choose the background color if you want it white or if you want it black. Similarly, you can change the STAAD default design codes. You can change them later as well. After making all the selections as per your choice, click on accept. Now what we do? Now let us open a new project. Click on new project option here. From here, choose space and the file name here we give as 3D frame practice. And from here, choose the folder where you want to save this file. As I've suggested, you always make a different folder for a file. And here you can change the units of the length and also the units of the force. You can change these things later as well, but if you make selections here, it will be easier for you to start. After doing this much of work, click on next and here choose add beam option. And after that, click on finish. Now I'll just close this window over here. We will not use this method to model our structure. We will define nodes from here. Now let us see what kind of structure we want to model for this chapter. It's blank here, but I will draw a 3D frame. Let's begin. So first I will draw a column and I'll provide fixed support. All the supports here will be fixed. There won't be any hinge or the roller support. Let me draw this structure. This is a column. I'll draw a beam and I'll draw the column again. I'll provide the fixed support. And here if I draw the axis, this is X, this is Y, and this is Z. Here you can see that I have gone in X, I have gone in Y. Now what we will do? We will go in the Z as well. And again, let us draw the columns. And here also, let us draw the columns. It's a very simple structure. Let me take this span as 5 meters. You can take any span you want. You can take 6 meters, 7 meters. It's up to your choice. And this span I'll take as 4 meters. And this span over here I'll take as 3 meters. Let's do this span as 6 meters and this span as 4 meters. It will be a bit more clear, okay? So I'll draw this as 6 and this as 4 meters. Here only we got columns and the frames. We will not have any slab over here because drawing and designing the slab is very complex in STAAD Pro, and while applying the load we don't need the slab at all. That is why we will not be modeling the slab in this in this structure as well as in the building. I'll do a different chapter that will incorporate only the slab portion. Right now, the slab will be omitted. It will not make any difference in the design of our structural members. Now let us model this structure in STAAD Pro. So let us go to STAAD Pro. Okay, one thing that you need to understand is while choosing the origin of your structure, make sure that all the Z portion or the X portion is positive. It will be easier while you want to apply different loads at different parts of your structure. To make Z and X positive here, you have to choose your origin at this point because Z is positive in this direction. Okay, in this direction Z is positive. That is why this node will be in the positive direction. Similarly, X is positive in this direction. That is why this node will also be in the positive direction, which means this node will also be in the positive direction. In case of building also, for example, if this is the plan of your building, so origin we will choose here, somewhere here, so that all the portion is in the positive direction. That is why we choose the 0 0 node at this point. So this is our first node. This is node number 1. And next node, what we will do, we will choose this node as the next node. The distance from this node to this node is 5 meters in the X direction. So let us go to STAAD Pro. The first node, let us choose at 0 0 and hit enter. You can see you got a node here. Now what we do, we just copy this node so that we get our second node. To select this node, first select this node's cursor. So left click on it. Select this node by left clicking on it. Left click here. After that, press Ctrl plus C. And after that, press Ctrl plus V. Now it asks where you want to paste this node. By the following X, Y, and Z values, we are copying this node in the X direction that you can see over here. This direction is the X. In the X direction, we want to copy this node at 5 meters from this position, which means that we have to enter 5 meter here and it is in the positive direction. Click on OK. After that, you can see you got a node here at a distance of 5 meters. Also, the coordinates are automatically defined for that node. Now what we do, we just select these two nodes. For that, hold Control and select this node, and after that select this node by left clicking on it, and again hit Control plus C and hit Control plus V. Now what we are doing, we are copying these two nodes in this direction, that is in the Z direction, so that we can get a node for this position as well as this position. The distance from here to here is 6 meters. So what we do, we go to STAAD Pro, and in the Z direction, that is the positive Z direction, we give 6 meters and hit OK. You can see that you got 1, 2, 3, and 4 nodes. Now again, what we do, we select all these 4 nodes. For that, you can individually select them, or what you can do, you can zoom out first, and after that just left click here, drag your mouse so that all your nodes are inside this rectangle, this selection rectangle. And once all the 4 nodes are inside the selection rectangle, release your left mouse button. You can see that all the 4 nodes are selected. Okay, now you can see that we have selected all the 4 nodes. What we are going to do, we are going to copy these 4 nodes in this floor as well. I'll call this as a floor. For that, what we do, we go to geometry. You can either use Control C and Control V option, but that will be a bit complex. So what we will do, we will go to geometry menu, and here you can see the option translational repeat. You just left click on it. You can find this option here as well, translational repeat. And here it asks in which direction you want to copy these nodes.
we want to copy these nodes in the y direction. And here number of steps 1 means we want to copy this once. Default step spacing, the spacing here is this 4 meters. Okay, spacing from here to here, that is 4 meters. Input 4. The important thing that you have to do is over here click on link steps. If you do this, then automatically the nodes will be copied and the column will be drawn. After that, click on OK. You can see that nodes have been copied as well as the columns have been drawn. If these nodes were connected by the beams, then the beams would have also been drawn in this position as well. But we didn't draw any beams here. Now we have to draw the beams here manually. For that, select this option. Okay, before that, save. Select this option, add beams option here, and left click on this node over here. Left click, and after that left click here. Left click on this node again, and left click here. Left click, left, here to here. Now you can see that you got a frame. If you want to see the dimensions of the beams and the columns, what you have to do? You have to go to this option, dimensions, left click on it, and click on display. You can see that the height is 4 meters, the width is 6 meters, the width in the z direction, and width in the x direction, that is the length, you can say, is 5 meters. Choose remove and click on remove. After that, click on close. Let me tell you that there are different other methods by which you could have drawn this frame. This is not the only method. You have to keep on practicing, and once we do the building, you will have known most of the methods, and you have to keep on practicing so that you can find your own method which you feel is the easiest one.
Now moving on, let us go to the General tab and let us first define the beams and the columns. For that, let us go to the property option over here. Left click on the property that is already here. Alright. Now let us define the beams and the columns. Click on define. And we will be defining the rectangular beams and the columns. You can define the circular columns if you want. Let's go to the rectangular option and let us define the beams first. I will choose the lower values this time so that we can get the prominent shear force and the bending moment diagrams. The depth I will choose will be 150 mm, that is 0.15 meters, and the width I will choose as 100 mm or 0.1 meters. That is a very small size of beam, and click on add after that. Let us define the columns. The column I'll choose of 150 by 150 mm. Yeah, that will be sufficient, and after that click on add, and after that click on close. Here we have defined the beam and we have defined the column. Now what we do, we assign the beam and column to our frame members. First, let us select the beams. You can either individually select these beams, or what you can do, you can go to select option over here, and after that go to beams. Okay, let us save. Again go to select option over here. After that go to beams parallel to option, and you can see that the beams mean actual beams. So here beams refers to the beams and the columns both, but our beams are parallel to the x and the z direction. How? Because you can see that this direction is our x direction, and this is x, and this is our z direction, and you can see that these these two beams are parallel to the x direction, and these two beams are parallel to the z direction. Similarly, if you have got multiple beams like 100 beams, all those beams will be parallel to the x and the z direction, and the columns will be parallel to the y direction. You can see the y direction is in this way. So these four columns will be parallel to the y direction, which means that to choose the beams you have to select beams parallel to X and the Z direction, and to choose the columns you have to select beams parallel to the Y direction. Let us go to STAAD Pro and let us go to select, and over here choose beams parallel to and click on the X. After that go to select again and go to beams parallel to again and click on Z. Here we have selected the beams. Okay, so I should have selected this option first. It will just go away. Okay, so I'll select this. It has gone again. Go to select, go to beams parallel to X again, go to select, go to beams parallel to Z. You just do this, and here make sure that it is assigned to the selected beams option has been checked, and click on assign, and after that click on yes, and you can see that the R1 means the rectangular section 1 has been assigned to the beams. After assigning the beams, now let us assign the columns. For that, select this option, rectangle 0.15 by 0.15. After that, go to select, go to beams parallel to, and click on Y option. You can see that all the columns have been selected. If you have 1000 columns, all those 1000 columns would have been selected. Now what we do, we use this option assign to the selected beams and click on assign. After that click on yes. You can see that the rectangular section 2 has been assigned to the columns. After assigning the sections, now let us assign the support for that. First we have to define the support. So go to the support tab here and click on create option over here. After that click on add here. Here, as I've already told you, we got the fixed supports only. To assign the fixed support to our structure, first select the support. After that we have to select the nodes where we want to assign this support. To select the nodes, go to the front view, that is view from +Z, and left click somewhere here and drag your mouse. Drag your mouse such that make sure that the cursor selected here is the nodes cursor. Drag your mouse such that these two endpoints are inside the selection rectangle. After you reach here, release your left mouse button. You can see that these two nodes are selected. To ensure that all the nodes have been selected, go to the isometric view. Here you can see that the full nodes have been selected. Now what we do? We choose this option assigned to the selected nodes, and after that click on assign, and after that click on yes. You can see the fixed support has been assigned to all the 4 nodes. So guys, this is it for this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.